me, snacks that are healthy aren't about just cutting up vegetables and putting out a dip. You have to make something interesting that's got nice texture and, of course, punchy flavor. And Japanese gyoza dumplings will hit the spots. What seems to be the common element in most dumplings is they're simple, humble ingredients. And a Japanese gyoza uses pork and cabbage, very affordable ingredients. So I'm going to shred about a pound of green cabbage. That should be about enough. If you're going to make enough for one serving, well, you might as well make enough for 20 servings because the effort is pretty much the same. It's just the time you take to make them. And I'm adding a pound of ground pork. You know, I think until I learned how to make gyoza from my friend Toshi, I had no idea there was cabbage inside the filling. But what you need to use is lots of garlic and lots of ginger. You need about 2 tablespoons of each. Ginger and the garlic in, finely grated. And now for lots of that garlic. And only 2 ingredients left. It's that simple. About a tablespoon of sugar. Now I'm going to measure a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. So I don't add salt. The soy sauce adds the salt. If you like your gyoza less seasoned, you can certainly add less soy sauce. And if you like it really punchy, you can add more. But how do you know how you like it unless you taste it first? So what I'm going to do is actually cook off a little mini patty of the filling, because before I go through the effort of making 60 plus gyoza, I want to know I have the seasoning right. And this is a great trick, whether you're making ravioli filling or making just plain old meatballs or a meatloaf. Cook up a tiny little piece. It only takes a minute or 2, and that way you know you've got your flavoring right. And it's the golden rule of cooking. Taste what you make. Just a little oil in the pan. I only need a tiny little taste. Make a little patty. There. Put it on a bun. I'd have a mini gyoza burger. And I've got my wonton wrappers. The square wonton wrappers, rice paper wrappers, are the most common, and you find those at the grocery store. If you can't find the round ones, you can use the square ones. Your gyoza will have a little peak to them, but that's okay. That's your variation. So I like that amount of soy sauce in there. But you don't change or impact the recipe at all if you put a little less or a little more. Oh, that's good. That makes me hungry. Now, for the gyoza, I'll set out a few wrappers here. And when I make a tortellini or a ravioli, I put just barely half a teaspoon in. When I make gyoza, I put almost a tablespoonful right in the center of each. And then I just wet the outside of half of the circle. Now, a gyoza dumpling folds up. One side of the fold should be completely flat. And then the other, you create a little crease, kind of a pleat. And then what's distinctive about a gyoza is a flat side to it. So you actually press it down and freeze it like this. And then when you cook them, you've got a flat side that becomes crispy when you cook it. And you actually steam the rest of it. So the pork cooks through, crispy bottom, nice, soft, tender outside. Nice. Okay, 59 more to go. All right. Okay, these are all set. Now, even though I'm going to cook some of these tonight, I'm going to freeze them all because the gyoza freeze beautifully, but they actually cook better coming directly from the freezer. Well, this is one healthy snack looked after. I'm going to pick up some delicious apples for my next healthy snack at Duff and Apple Works.